everybody. This is Captain Native CEOs with the recap of the UM and Notre Dame game that happened Saturday, right? Sunday. So we ended up winning 24-27. It was a late field goal, just like I thought, right? It was a very close game. There was a lot of good, but there was also some bad things. So let's start off with the bad. One, penalties. We had way too many penalties. Um, our penalties were, we had 5 penalties for like 61 something yards or something like that. The other thing that was bad that I just couldn't understand why they couldn't stop it was they couldn't stop Carr doing a quarterback draw. And honestly, guys, we are going to play a lot of teams with mobile quarterbacks coming up. We have USF, we have Florida, and Florida State all have mobile quarterbacks that could be deadly for us. We know we are a team that struggles to stop mobile quarterbacks or running quarterbacks, however you want to call them, right? In the past, and it seems that trend continues. The other bad was in the fourth quarter, like around with 4 minutes left, Xavier Lucas, the transfer from Wisconsin Badgers, gave up a play to tight end Reardon, right? Where he blew the coverage, right? We cannot have them blow coverage against good teams. We saw what happened when we did that. They got close to the thing and then Carr ran it in after that. The other bad thing was the last thing I would say that was bad was Mario Cristobal becoming conservative with the lead. We were moving the ball and scoring, and then we took our feet off their throat and let them get back in the game. We cannot do that in the ACC this year. There is a lot of good teams. So those were the bad, right? Now let's talk about the good, because there was a lot of good to go. One, Beck, right? He did not, it wasn't a fantastic game. It wasn't like seeing Cam Warren, but it was seeing somebody that's poised, somebody who didn't make no mistakes. And that's really what you ask for your quarterback, right? Go out there and not make the mistakes, not give the ball away. So his stats for this game against a very good defense, probably the best corners in college football, right? One of the top defenses in college football, and they definitely have one of the best top 5 secondary that we're going to see all year. So, with that said, Beck's numbers were he was 20 out of 31, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, and more importantly, no picks, right? His receivers, Malachi Tony, the freshman, is going to be good for us. I've said it in a video during spring training that the hype around him was real and that he might have a breakout season. 6 catches, 82 yards, 13.7 average per catch, 1 touchdown. But the catch of the night goes to transfer from LSU, transfer from Liberty, right? This guy started his career in Liberty, transferred to LSU, did not have a good season last year because I think he was hurt, didn't play for LSU. But CJ Daniels, 5 catches, 46 yards, 9.2 average, but the more important was that one-handed catch touchdown, which if he wouldn't have caught it one-handed, stretching out, just a beautiful catch, that would have been a pick. And then the last thing that was good, and I think he really stepped up this game, was Ruben Blaine Jr., right? Ruben Blaine Jr. he didn't have as many sacks as I thought he had, but he was around the ball. He definitely had an interception, which was good. He did not give up on the play. The ball got tipped. He was from his defensive line position, chased it down to the line, and then when he caught it, he didn't go down. He tried to get some yards. He tried to score. So his play was great, right? And then one thing that I want to fix, and I want to talk about this because last game I said the wrong defensive coordinator, but I want to say his name. I did talk about him in another video also. We have defensive coordinator Corey Heatherman instead of Lance Gilroy, right? I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I tell you, I'm not too sure how to do it. But Lance Gilroy, in the other video, I said it was our coordinator. No, he's our ex-coordinator. And now we have Corey Heatherman. Corey Heatherman is somebody who, like I said, is going to tell the defense to attack the ball. He wants to cause turnovers. And you could see the difference in this defense compared to last year, right? Our offense doesn't look as explosive as it did last year, but they're going to score and they're going to get better. This is Beck's first game. He had a rehab all off season. He hasn't really built the chemistry yet, but he does have one with Tony. But once we built this offense chemistry and we get going, this offense will be a top 10 offense. I promise you guys that by the end of the season, we will be a top 10 offense. What our Achilles heel was last year was our defense, but I'm telling you that Corey Heatherman has kind of fixed that. You see that in the attitude and the way they tackle and the way they're running to the ball. You see the big difference. I think this is going to be a very good defense. We're not going to be top 10, maybe not this year, but if we keep going in this direction, this is going to be a very good defense. We're going to be solid. And we have some games coming up, right? Next week, we play Bethune-Cookman. That is a game on Saturday. Bethune-Cookman just got destroyed by FIU. It was 42-6, right? This is not a game that UM should struggle. They shouldn't overlook it. They should come and they need to fix all the little mistakes that they had versus Notre Dame in this game. They need to start building the chemistry. The offensive line needs to make some adjustment because I think it was the right tackle kept getting beat, but there was too much pressure on Beck. This line has to get better. For a line that is supposed to be good, I feel like they gave up too much pressure. So against Bethune-Cookman, we need to be able to dominate this game. If FIU scored 42 points, I'm expecting at least 50, right? I want to see 50. Their field goal kicker for Bethune-Cookman has a leg. That's why they got those 6 points. He has a leg. So they're going to get points. It's not going to be, we're not going to beat them to 0, right? Their quarterback is not a bad quarterback. I saw some of his play. But I do think that we are the better team. We have more athletic players than they do. We should be able to dominate this game. I hope they're not overlooking this game. I hope they come in and just destroy them. I want to see at least 50 points from our offense. I want to see our defense hold them, right? It's going to be, like I said, it's a Saturday's game. It's September 6th, I think it is. Yeah, September 6th. It's a 7 p.m. game, right? The schedule is already out. And then the following week, guys, weeks from now, we are playing a good South Florida team. They beat Boise State, which was ranked number 25 in college football. They surprised them and they beat them 34-7. It wasn't even close. And let me tell you guys that team's quarterback, Brown, that's a big dude and he could run. All right. I'm going to tell you what he had. He had 14 catches for 43 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 210 yards. We'll talk more about him when we get close to it. But right now, just know that we don't have, after Bethune-Cookman, we have a few hard games in a row. So, guys, this is my thoughts, right? I'm excited to see where UM keeps going because this was a good test for us. Don't let nobody tell you that Notre Dame is not a good team. Notre Dame made it to the playoff last year, and I think they were in the championship, right? They're the ones that lost. Yeah, they were in the runner-ups against Ohio State. So they're a good team. They have a really good defense, and this was a very good test. It's probably one of the best defenses we're going to see all year. We have to keep improving on offense, and we have to cut down the penalties. So, guys, give me your thoughts. What did you think about the game? Right? If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like or dislike the video. It really doesn't matter. It does help the channel. So, and it's free, guys. Just go ahead and do it. And we'll talk about the Bethune-Cookman game afterwards. But I am excited to see what they do. And again, I at least want 50 points. I'm not gonna give a prediction. I don't think we're not gonna keep this team to zero. I do see them getting 2 or 3 field goals. They might get 9 points. So I'm looking at like probably like 54 or 9, somewhere around there. But we should dominate this game. All right, guys, until next time, peace out.